Hey guys, welcome back. It's Maverick here today with another episode of Tensura. So this episode came out a little bit late. I was really swamped this week, and there was a few emergencies I had to do, and sometimes you just get home and you just want to do nothing at all, right? You just want to lounge around, laze around, whatever you want to call it, and shut down your brain. But any case, so we are here, and it turned out okay because Fridays, when I normally do my other series, Shaman King, it's on hiatus because of the Olympics. So we are back onto a schedule. So in any case, last episode, we at least had a sort of action plan, right, for Rimuru and the rest of the gang and whatnot. They are going up against Clayman. We saw a little bit of Clayman as well, and how maybe he's not entirely too calm about this entire situation, right? And of course, there's various other things, like for instance, the Kingdom of Falmouth, how they're going to be setting up the new kingdom, the revolution, if you will. And then, obviously, there's still the warning, which we still may or may not get. Anyways, there's a lot of things to do right now. I'm not quite sure how much they're going to show off it, so let's just get right into it. Alright, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, and then obviously, these diplomatic relations as well. Yeah, it was a pretty long meeting. Oh wait, it's still not... Oh, are you finally going to... Well, thank you for actually... Oh, this is all the way back in the OVAs. I love how she's just there, reading manga. Can we get to the effing point? She's definitely doing it on purpose. Or should I say, the series is doing it on purpose. I really don't understand this, actually. And I know that some of you guys, especially big fans of the series, have been showing me excerpts and whatnot from the manga, from light novels and whatnot, as to how how they actually spend a lot of time building the world and describing the relations between various factions, various kingdoms, all that kind of stuff. And yet, the anime doesn't really put much of that in here. Last episode was probably the biggest example of this, where we actually do have some of these more serious matters and serious discussions and all. But I just don't... The thing I don't get is that, it's not even a case where they don't have enough time, because I feel like there's a lot of episodes that, and a lot of scenes within episodes where I just feel like it's almost as if they're trying to put in filler, right? So, I don't know, it definitely reminds me of those really long-term kinds of anime, like ones with hundreds of episodes. So why is it doomed to fail? So if you become a demon lord, do you have to heed this call? Urgent reports and fun events. In this business. Come on, it's not that complicated. Well, they would probably find this a good opportunity to expand their influence, right? Today? Oh, 3 days. I mean, well, we basically already knew that this was happening. So, right, and here we get the bath scenes again, right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, not that I mind this, right? But, but, well, I guess some people would argue that probably time is better spent this way. But, I'm just saying. Oh yeah, Rumu actually can go to both sides. A bunch of old men drinking sake. Huh. That makes sense. You build the roads, you tax the roads. Mm. No, I think that's actually reasonable. Alright. You know, it's kind of funny, right? Because Rumu is the one who brought all this Japanese culture here. I mean, she is a great spirit after all. Oh my god, look at this guy's Datta. Black with dragons. Oh my god. Uh, he's like a Yakuza character. But she... Oh, what is that? Look at that notebook. Oh, they are just gonna come out and declare it. That's actually a big commitment from them as well. How does he know? Yeah, it's him. Hmm. Is she on, like, bad at writing or something? Diablo wants to stay by Rimru's side. Take a few years. うん。
勝てない数じゃないな。
軍を率いているのはどうやらクレイマン本人ではないようです。
ほう。
軍勢の中で特に魔素量が多いのは
こいつが指揮官か。中士のヤムザです。中士？はい。クレイマン。
Middle finger. Middle finger.
中士のヤムザ。
Wow.
大士のナインヘッド。小士のピローネ。私は薬師でした。ヤムザは氷結の力を秘めた魔剣をクレイマンから与えられ、氷結魔剣士と呼ばれています。氷結魔剣士ね。卑怯で残忍で悪徳を極めたような男ですが、
Master of Immortality.
クレイマンに自ら忠誠を誓っているという点で、私とは折り合いが悪かったですね。5本指最強の魔人です。なるほどな。だが、そこまで恐れる必要はなさそうだ。
Yeah, it doesn't seem particularly
俺たちの町に
scary.
していることは知っているはず。
But knowing that it's Clayman, though, I feel like he should have another plan up his sleeve.
確かに変です。
ああ、そうだな。クレイマンの狙いはこの町とは違うのではないか。
なるほど。そうかもな。てっきりテンペストを狙ってくるものと思っていたが、違うとなると。獣王国か。ユーラザニアが狙いだっていうのか。しかし、首都は消滅し、周囲の町や村に残っているのは避難民ばかりで。
一体何のために。
はい。魔王クレイマンの狙いは、真なる魔王への覚醒だと。
So he also needs to slaughter a bunch of people?
その手段は稚拙であり、不正確な推論にて。
Yeah. Hmm.
借り尽くすつもりなのでしょう。おそらく残った避難民を皆殺しにして真なる魔王に覚醒するつもりだろう。クレイマンは三獣士とカリオン軍の本体がこの町に避難していることを知っているのでしょう。
獣王国を蹂躙するには絶好の機会だな。クレイマンの軍勢は2日もあればユーラザニアに到達すると思われます。
さあ、今から戻っても間に合わねえ。後手に回ってしまったか。
Doesn't Rimuru have mass teleport yet? Or is there nobody who can use mass teleport? Eh, oh well. Any case, see you guys after this. Well, alright, so we have an episode where, again, you know, pretty much explaining more of the current situation to us. At least we know right now what Clayman is trying to do, and we have confirmation of where the next conflict point is, right? So apparently they're gonna have to all go rush and intercept Clayman's army or something of that sort. Which, by the way, it was actually kind of confusing at first because, you know, Ramirez was like, you know, the way that she worded things almost seemed like Clayman was calling for this meeting of the Demon Lords in order to decide what to do about Rimuru, right? And then also saying that he killed Muran or something of that sort. I don't quite get the significance of that because even in the way that it was originally worded, it was more like, okay, Carrion was the one who broke the non-aggression treaty, right? And he was the one who how can I say, who betrayed, like they're saying that he basically went off and did his own thing and did not play nice with the other demon lords, right? So even with all that, you would think that the calling of the meeting would be to sort of sanction and sort of go against Carrion instead, right? So actually, the entire thing at the very end makes sense that they are actually sending an army to the Animal Kingdom in order to you know, exact revenge, if you will, right? So I don't really quite get what the entire Tempest is doomed to fail thing is coming from. I guess perhaps Ramirez is just like, oh hey, you're calling all the demon lords to band up against you, so you're not going to be very you know, it's not going to be an easy task for you here. By the way, I'm kind of curious whether or not she knows that Rimuru is a true demon lord at this point, right? Or actually, is he a true demon lord? Yeah, he is a true demon lord, right? Well, he had the Demon Lord seed, and then, well, and it doesn't matter. In any case, we are going to be having some battles in the future, right? And that's pretty much it, I guess, because at this point, we're just gonna have to see how they handle the situation creatively. Yeah, and that's pretty much all in this episode. So again, like, even though it is trying to use a more lighthearted way, a more fun way to go through a lot of these, in some ways you could say very lengthy expositions and whatnot. Again, the way that it's meant, the way that it's being done with a lot of gags being thrown in between and a lot of jokes, it's not bad, right? It definitely keeps things entertaining. But on the other hand, there's not really that much, of a conclusion you can make from this episode, right? It's basically, okay, Clayman is on the move, and he has an army there, we're gonna have to go stop him, right? And then in regards to the Demon Lord meeting and whatnot, maybe that is relevant, maybe it's not. I would personally be thinking that it would be a great way to actually show up at the meeting, right? And be like, hey, because I'm a Demon Lord, I can attend this meeting too, and then show the fact that Muran is still alive, and be like, Clayman is a liar, he's completely wrong about everything, and he should be the one who is sanctioned, and he should be the one who we should kick out, and so on and so forth, right? And like an in-your-face kind of move here. Now, I mean, I would hope that it would actually go down something like that, right? Will it not? Don't really know, because at this point in time, we don't even know much about the other Demon Lords, right? And what their objectives are, what stance they have. Because clearly, I think in this world, it's not a case where the Demon Lords, okay, they are definitively, antagonists, or on the antagonist side or on the protagonist side, right? It seems that they each have their own agendas and whatnot, and sometimes, it's not even a case of, on your side or not on your side. They might have an entirely different independent agenda there, that requires them to maybe not quite be an ally of Rimuru, but not quite an enemy either. They have their own things that they want and things that they need to do, right? And that's fine. That's great, actually, because in actuality, these kinds of politics, or when we get to the nation state level of interaction and whatnot, obviously it's going to be a lot more complicated, right? Such as even in this episode, where we see they also have a few things going on in terms of trade and diplomatic relations and so on and so forth. It's not just a case of, okay, because I'm a buddy to you, so I'm going to help you unconditionally. There's going to be a give and take there, right? Each side needs to look at the benefit to its nation, because that's how a leader of a nation state should act, right? You should act in the best interest of your people and whatnot, in the best interest of the nation, of said nation state. So yeah, I mean, definitely, I get the feeling that we're probably going to be getting more and more into these kinds of complicated situations and complicated matters, which would also really require a lot more exposition as well, especially in regards to the other characters and so on and so forth. And by the way, Tensura already has like a shit ton of characters. Like, look at the credits at the very end there, like so many names, so many people here. It does get kind of overwhelming, not gonna lie. Especially sometimes when you meet a character and then you don't see them again for like 10, 15 episodes, right? Like, I already forgot who were the previous Demon Lords that we met and what they were like and what they were supposed to do. But I guess it's just something that comes with a series like this. It's also why I a lot of times also prefer to read things instead, in light novel or in the manga format, because then I can sort of like binge it at one time and go through the entire thing, and it adds to, I feel like it adds to my memory as well when I actually read the names and read what they're doing, and I can better recall what they were, rather than like a few scenes, like maybe 20 seconds of dialogue, or okay, 20 seconds is a little bit harsh, like maybe 3 minutes of them on screen and then not seeing them again for like weeks and weeks and weeks, right? But yeah, anyways, that kind of went on a tangent. So yeah, not too much to say at this point. Hopefully in the next episode we are going to be getting some actual action here. I want to see Rimuru in action now that he has awakened and whatnot, and of course all the rest of the gang as well. You know, even though this commander, you know, this supposed middle finger, right, is like the ace or the strongest of Clayman's commanders, I have a feeling he's probably going to be easier than we think to deal with, right? We'll have to see, and this will be a pretty good test of, you know, the actual strength of, you know, the current inhabitants of Tempest and Rimuru himself, right? Because in the previous one, you know, against the human army, I guess you can make an argument that humans are actually quite weak in this world, that the Kingdom of Falmouth is actually quite weak and whatnot. Let's see how they do against people who are, or, you know, actual Majins as well, right? Those that use magics, and those are a little bit more fantastical in terms of their powers and abilities. So anyways, that's it for this episode. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.